Episode 168 is the first episode of Final Act. When I watched it, it felt like I had missed an episode. This is because the anime rushed through the content of the manga. As I continued, the anime just felt like it was skimming through the most important parts of the story without building up the events to result in satisfying payoffs. After 5 episodes, I decided that I had to read the manga to see what I was missing. I'm going to go over all of the major changes in the first episode. Chapter 356 is where you would start if you just finished Season 6. Goryomaru being caged and alive is skipped. Next, there's a whole sub-arc or plot line about finding an antitoxin and dealing with a mosquito demon. The first thing adapted from the manga is the battle against the dog. In the anime, Kohaku is already mid-battle, alone, and kills the dog. He chases the possession demon and eventually frees the kid from it and kills the demon alone. In the manga, around 359, the main gang is chasing the dog and they end up learning that Kohaku is nearby. The possession demon is explained by Sango and even shown possessing the kid. Sango interrupts Kohaku's fight with the kid. Sango, InuYasha, and Kohaku all chase the kid. Kagome gets a hint that Kohaku regained his memories. All three work together to kill the demon and save the child. The end of chapter 361, with Goryomaru and Kagura, is adapted as the first scene of Final Act. Then there are filler scenes of Moroku scheming with Shippo, and Kagome in school with InuYasha. Then there's another filler scene of Koga meeting and fighting Moriomaru. Then the abridged Kohaku stuff happens. Then we switch back to Koga's fight, where Kikyo helps out and forces the opponent to retreat. So here, the anime has skipped an entire plot line, skipped important scenes to the plot they decided to show, removed the main characters from Kohaku's plot, greatly simplifying the plot, and removed the build-up to that plot. Let's go back to the manga. Another entire plot line is skipped and rearranged. Starting in 362, the most important events that happen are that InuYasha turns back into a human, and Kagura, Goryomaru, and bandits with Goryopods attack. Goryomaru being alive is explained. He steals the shard and puts it in his shoulder and turns it to Moriomaru. This is important later. Kagura figures out on her own that Hakudoshi might be planning a coup. Seishomaru saves InuYasha. He also covers for Kagura. InuYasha and Seishomaru work together to push back Moriomaru. As I said, the anime basically skips all of this, except Seishomaru's fight is moved elsewhere. In episode 2, after Kagura's death, Seishomaru is using Kagura's crystal to track Naraku's heart and find Morio. He then fights him alone and uses the same strategy of attacking the shoulder where the shard is and letting Morio absorb his energy. A major difference is that Tokijin is broken in the anime's fight. So here, a much needed explanation for Goryo's existence is skipped, and so is his acquisition of a shard, Kaguya's intelligence, InuYasha dealing with his vulnerable human form, and Seishomaru's character growth in his protection of his brother and Kagura. In the manga, after the fight, Kagura and Moriomaru have a scene together. The latter finds out that the former had betrayed Naraku, and she finds out that the baby, Naraku's heart, is within him. Kagura is ordered to take Kohaku's fragment. Back to episode 1 of the anime. Right after Koga's fight, Kagura is already trying to kill Kohaku. There is no scene showing when she was ordered to do so. Additionally, Hakudoshi told her explicitly that he was planning to betray Naraku at the start of episode 1. Then everything up until Sango and Kohaku reunite is pretty accurate, except Kagura's death isn't happening at the same time. Then we get a filler scene of Kikyo. Here, what's removed is Kagura's intelligence again, and the proper build-up for Kagura turning on Kohaku. This is just episode 1. InuYasha went from an anime that would adapt chapters accurately and throw in filler that blended well, into an anime that rushed through the content of the chapters. It felt like watching Tokyo Ghoul Re Season 1 or Magical Index Season 3, except much worse. The anime is skipping, rearranging, and shortening scenes and removing characters from scenes. And for what? The anime took a break and allowed the manga to finish. So what was the purpose of rushing through the content? They might as well have taken the path of DBZ, The Big 3, and Fairy Tail and just throw in filler until you have enough manga content to tell an entire arc. They took a 5-year break just to speedrun the manga. That makes no sense to me. I will be unable to continue the anime without reading the corresponding chapters before or after each episode. If you want more breakdowns on the difference between Final Act and the manga, show me with likes and views. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga for free online. If you enjoy my content, please consider donating to my Patreon. All important links will be in the description.